Welcome back, beautiful people. We're back again with another update on XRP. We're going to be taking a look at what's happening with the price of XRP going into Wednesday morning. And I'm sure at this point, you guys watch some of my other updates. You guys know what has been happening with the broader market. The last 24 hours have been very interesting. We did see, a pullback for the broader market due to, what happened with Bitcoin. Again, kind of sums it up as to, what we're seeing. XRP obviously reacted to, the Bitcoin move down about 3%, with the price currently sitting at $2.87, down 2.2% in Bitcoin compared with the market cap 172.1 billion and the 24-hour trading volume sky high at 7 billion. As always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So XRP retail sentiment has turned deeply bearish, reaching its highest FUD levels in 6 months and signaling a potential price rebound. And what's really interesting here is retail sentiment at very deeply low levels, yet the price is in the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level. Time and time out, since we broke originally in the 23.6, this is exactly what I've been talking about. The sentiment, and again, it kind of sums it up. We've been talking about that the retail interest is not there, not just for XRP, but for a lot of other altcoins. It's not at the level where we wanted to see. And I think that's going to happen when Bitcoin kind of stabilizes. Bitcoin has its cool off. I think Bitcoin still has room to grow, and then that capital is going to flow into altcoins. But, retail sentiment is nowhere to be seen, but yet the price is holding in the 23.6. This move that we're seeing right now is institutionally driven. That's what people are not realizing. But look what Charles Hoskinson says. In this video, he goes over and says he's pretty much thinking Clarity Act gets approved and passed this month, and then he's anticipating, Bitcoin to, soar, altcoins to soar, and he's given a timeline. Again, at the end of the day, this is his personal opinion, but he's given a timeline on this bull market. He's thinking quarter 1 or quarter 2 of next year should be where, the market should top, based off of what I'm understanding in this video. Again, I've shared my personal thoughts with you guys on where I personally think the market tops, Q4 or early Q1 of next year. So specifically January or February, but a lot of people expecting, the market to actually bounce much quicker. And one key component that even Charles Hoskinson says in here that I 100% agree upon is he says in his, time in crypto, and he's like an OG. He says, he's never seen this, being the way it is, because of course now it's institutions paying so much attention to the crypto for the first time ever. And this has never been the case for crypto ever, and now that is happening right now. So that is a very good point. So could this really be driven longer? We'll see, but we're basing it off of what we have seen in the past. But that's a very excellent point in my opinion. I still think bear market is going to come, but maybe we do see this bull market extending a little bit. We'll see what happens, but I'm still sitting with my overall targets. Sometime in Q4 this year or early Q1 of next year. But take a look at this breaking. Crypto funds saw a record 6 billion in net inflows last week. This surpassed the previous record of over a billion. Investors poured the most capital into Bitcoin fund at 3.55 billion, followed by 1.5 billion into Ethereum. Year to date, Ethereum has now seen a record 13.7 billion in inflows, nearly triple last year's total. Solana and XRP also posted record inflows last week at about 700 million and 219 million for XRP. So Solana is actually outpacing XRP, which is quite interesting right now. Investors' demand for crypto has never been stronger. But what if I told you this investors' confidence right now is more coming from the bigger boys, and it's not the small whale. It's the big player institution money that is flowing in. But take a look at this. ETF flows around 900 million worth of Bitcoin and about 420 million of Ethereum were bought on October 7th. And take a look at biggest XRP long wipeout since September 24th at about $18 million in total. We've already reversed and sitting at about 5.8 million in net inflows. And again, going back to what I said, make sure you guys don't leverage trade, because these types of moves can wipe out your positions. I'm totally against leverage trading platform. I cannot stress this enough. So I would suggest you guys to stay away from leverage trading. But take a look at this. So world's largest custodian bank, BNY Mellon, is exploring allowing tokenized deposits and blockchain payments. And remember, yes, BNY Mellon has conducted a proof of concept with Ripple to explore the potential of using Ripple's technology for improving a cross-border payment efficient and settlement process. And they are also, the custodian for the RLUSD stablecoin reserve. And take a look at this, more ETF filings. Another day, more ETF filings are piling up. And you can see what Chad says. Oh, yeah, Granite shares XRP long and short on a 3x. They just keep piling up. And again, this is not a spot ETF listing. This is more on the future side of things. But again, they are piling up. But take a look at this. For the first time, UK retail investors will be able to buy crypto ETB starting tomorrow, which is October 8th, 2025. Interesting stuff. But shout out to the people that follow me that are from the UK. Love each and every one of you guys. You guys are amazing. I love the UK. So yeah, let's take a look at what's happening. So, as far as the dominance is concerned, 59.08% right now. You can see, it is picking up. There's no, denying that. And that is due to, what happened with Bitcoin. Speaking about Bitcoin, you can see, Bitcoin saw a major pullback since yesterday. We saw like about almost a 4% pullback. And right now we are breaking out. You can see, we went up to $123,000 as discussed in my HBAR update and other updates. I did say, we could reclaim back up to the 124 quite fast, especially when we break above 122. That has happened. I personally believe this recovery is going to be quite fast. This is part of the game. This will happen time and time out. Again, to shake out the leverage position. So nice move right now. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully we get back above 124. That would be quite something. XRP right now, it did make its way back down to 283, but which was just below the 23.6 fib zone. But we have picked up. We're sitting at about $2.88 almost back to where we need to be, which is the 23.6. We need to understand the price of XRP is holding so nicely considering there is not much sentiment from retail right now, and that tells you everything you need to know. I like what I'm seeing here. We're going to take it one step at a time. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, what I've shared with you guys. Do you guys agree with it? Do you guys disagree? If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? We'll see you later. In Crypto ZX, and peace out.